So I'm going to talk to you today about finding your roar. And I'm going to do it from the perspective of a three-part story, because people that know me know that there's kind of three things about me that I love. I take a lot of photos. I'm kind of like a mom on prom night. I take them often, and until the point where people are rolling their eyes and saying, stop. I love a good story. Kara Ross talked about her love of Netflix. I really do love Netflix and chill in the non-shady way. Like in the past month, and I still get both physical and streaming, and when they were about to disrupt both, they were never going to lose me as a customer. So like in the past month, I've watched Birth of a Nation. I binged the entire last season of Vampire Diaries. Yes, I am a tween girl. And the one that's coming up, I just saw my email, is Isabelle Huppert, Elle, which is a French language film, and she was nominated for the Academy Award. So that my taste runs the gamut. So I really do love things that are about storytelling. And then the last thing is just that I really am about the power of us together and the power of what happens when worlds collide. And the reason that we switched was that Nina, she's the most humble physicist, or she's PhD, MBA, she's incredible. So she switched because tomorrow she is hosting a TEDx conference. So she had to catch her 6 o'clock flight so that she doesn't miss the TED conference that she is hosting tomorrow. So I will happily move my slot over to allow science and progress to happen. And I also am the entrepreneur in residence for Plum Alley Investments. So we were the ones that backed her, and it was the best decision that we've made, and we are very excited about that. So I'm going to basically tell you the story of my life around a story and around, it started here last year. Last year, I don't know if you were here, but Sanyan Singh, who's the executive director of the Coach K Center on Leadership and Ethics, moderated an amazing panel. After the conference ended, we were able to get together and talk, and we had a really great conversation. And then I get an email from her a few months after that said, I host this summit at Duke with Coach K called the Coach K Leadership Summit. I would love for you to come. I was like, oh, wow. First of all, my brother's dream, he's a graduate of Virginia Military Institute and an Air Force veteran, but you would think he went to Duke University because that is his favorite team, and he goes to Durham to go watch Duke games. I became #1 sister when I got him tickets by chance to MSG for Coach K's 1,000th win. I'm still basking in the glow of being the best sister ever for getting him that. But, so she invites me to that, and I was like, that was a win just to begin with. But then she sends me the list of who's going to be there. And we talked about this earlier. I was like, why am I on this list? On this list were women like Donna, Lisa Shallett, Edith Cooper, who's the head of HR of Goldman, like incredible people, as well as 3 4-star generals. General Martin Dempsey, who I can now call Marty Dempsey, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Bob Brown, who heads U.S. Pacific Command, and Admiral Bill Moran, who is the #2 of the Navy. And I get to spend 2 days, and Olenda, who also happened to be there, and you now understand why she gets a standing ovation, I got to spend 2 days in a room with leaders like this. And it was incredible to talk about what leadership means, what change, how to deal with change, all of these kind of amazing things. And then, after that summit, Sanyan sends around a quote that said that Bob Lefkowitz, who was one of the attendees, the 2012 Chemistry Nobel laureate, says that you can learn a lot about people by their 3 favorite quotes. So I'm going to structure my talk around my 3 favorite quotes that I sent from there. My #1 favorite quote actually came from Marty Dempsey. He said that he has a mantra. The mantra that he lives by is, make it matter. And it came because he had to attend, in his role, leading men in battle, men and women in battle, he had to attend a lot of funerals. And one funeral that he attended of a young person where he usually goes and talks to each member of the family and gives them some kind of story, some kind of words of comfort. And he got to one where he literally came at a loss for words. And what he said to that soldier who was so downtrodden about losing his fellow comrade, he said, make it matter. Make everything you do from here matter. And make it matter for you, and make it matter for the people that have gone before you. And so that, for me, is my first favorite quote. And so this is my family. This is what makes it matter for me. Why? You know, you get questions in an interview that ask you, if there were 3 people living or dead that you would love to have dinner with, who would it be? So my 3 dinner people would be my father, my mother, and my sister. Why? Because the year after I graduated from Princeton, my father passed away. 3 years later, my mother passed away. And in 2009, the one I didn't see coming, my sister passed away. She was 33. Needless to say, 2004 to 2009 were pretty rough for me. And for me, knowing that they were my biggest cheerleaders, they serve as my inspiration to keep it going, and everything that I do is with them behind my shoulders. And getting ready for this, let's talk about Worlds Collide. I found my high school yearbook. See, look at that. My Michelle Obama arms, I could stare down the paparazzi at 14. That was at my parents' silver jubilee we went back to Nigeria for. So, you know, I was like, look at that. I did side-eye before it was a thing. It was amazing. So I went and I pulled up my high school yearbook. So the world just comes in very circular ways. But I found the ad that my mother placed on behalf of my family. And I know she would say the same thing to me today. I don't know if you can read it. And it has a quote of what I said back then. I am not a genius, I just work hard. And then the rest is what she's saying to me. Keep it up, because to whom much is given, much is expected. Congratulations on your excellent, well-rounded accomplishments at Tab High. We are very proud of you and wish you continuing success and all the best in life. We love you. God bless you always, Mommy, Daddy, and my siblings. So I don't need to know what my mom and dad would have said to me now. I can read it. And it literally would be unchanged today. So then the second thing is, be the change you wish to see. I started my career at Goldman Sachs. So I was a banker and a trader. And if all that I wanted was to be really, really rich, I would still be there right now, and I would be really, really significantly richer than I probably am right now. But I met a lot of amazing people that are still some of my closest friends, including Saad Akila, who I not only went to Princeton with, but I also worked at Goldman Sachs with. There are people like Lisa Shallot that I didn't know then that I know now. So a wonderful thing. But for me, I got the call that my father passed away at work. I got the call that my mother passed away at work. And I didn't want to have all the major moments of my life happen at work if it wasn't the thing that I loved. And so I had the job that every man wanted. I was a trader at Goldman Sachs in the ascent, and I walked away. And so I say to you, money is money, and you can't take it with you. So really, if you're not loving what you're doing, it's really too short. 33-year-old women can pass away unexpectedly. Make the change. Happiness needs to take precedence. The last quote of what I think is, Oprah, somebody else talked about Oprah before. This is a quote that I love so much. Everybody just wants to be heard. Validate them. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. That is fundamentally really, really what it's all about. When someone asks for a moment of your time, don't take it if you're not really going to take a moment to listen to them. And consequently also, you have the power to say what matters to you. And so as I think about that, and I set that out in the world, I was like, you know who I'd like to be someday in the future? I'd like to be Oprah. And if you put it out in the world, sometimes it happens. This was December. I'm front row. That's Oprah. And so I thank you for your time, and I hope that you will make it matter, be the change you wish to see, and when you see someone, hear them, and say that what they mean matters to you. Thank you so much.